Well, hello there, my fellow rushers. How are you doing today? King Rex here. And today, we're gonna be doing yet another hero review. This hero idea was sent to me by Chunky Rush, and he had a hero idea for Kingdom Rush Vengeance. The name of the hero is Janice Deathstrike, and that sounds like a pretty dope name. Deathstrike? I like that. And so, as I said, this hero is gonna be in Vengeance. So, because he has a YouTube channel, I was like, you know what? I have a couple Vengeance hero ideas, so I decided to send him the longest one that I have, which is I'm not gonna spoil the hero my hero concept because you have to watch his video, but let's just say that it's about one of my personal. Imagine one of my personal favorite towers turned into a hero. That's all I have to say. And yeah, without any further ado, let's get into the lore of Janice Deathstrike. Now, as you can see, the grammar is not the greatest, but I can work with that. We don't discriminate on this channel. So, let's get it on. Janice Deathstrike hero concept. Lore. Janice is a highly skilled mercenary nicknamed Black Cheetah, as she is fast and dangerous. One day, she got a job to eliminate someone skilled to with her ego taking over her. She took the job. The target was the deadliest shadow assassin, Azra. Janice was losing. She can't hit Azra, and then Azra kicked Janice to a river. When she wake up, she was at King Dinas' kingdom, as the river was flowing to King Dinas' kingdom. When she wake up, when she wake up, oh my god. She was surrounded by 15 King Dinas' best knight, but she beat them all. She started running until Gerald fight her. She almost lose until she kicked Gerald, and Gerald becomes unconscious after she got captured. After that, she got captured as Malik, Magnus, and Ignis stepped in and fight her. After she was captured, she was recruited later on, being one of the most trusted heroes. Later on, King Dinas make her a general. After a few more years, when King Dinas was attacked with Vezdan again, Janice have a rematch with Azra. After the king lost, Janice still can't hit Azra, as Azra still keep on doing. Janice's attacks, dodging Janice's attacks. After that, Azra won. Janice was captured, and then a Saurian general named how do I pronounce this? Xranius? I don't know. Wanted to kill Janice as she wants vengeance for his dead king. Before Xranius or whatever gets close, Vezdan said, "Stop! She might be useful for us." Vezdan threatened Janice if she does not kill if she does not kill her, she will get killed. And Janice decided to serve Vezdan. Holy crap, man! That backstory was interesting. Now, bad grammar aside, I still can follow the story. Like she's a skilled mercenary, and she discovers Azra. It's a threat to her, skills or reputation or whatever. So she decides to fight her. She fights her. She loses. Then she gets captured. Gerald tries to capture her. After that, Malik, Magnus, and Ignis just capture her. I mean, come on. If Ignis comes for you, then I highly doubt that you can escape him. Have you seen how fast this chunkster moves? Yeah, and then I don't know. It's just the story is interesting. That's all I have to say. It is interesting. It could have been a little, more well put in, but whatever. It is what it is. The backstory is decent-ish. Now let's get into the notes. This is on Kingdom Rush Vengeance, obvi. I suppose that means obviously. And here we have the statistics. I like how he added the stats for everything though, so let's get on with the statistics and see how good this hero is. Okay, so we have level 10, I've seen the stats from level 1 to 9, but I want to see what her true capacity is, so let's take a look. We have 190 HP, which, that's pretty low. 17 to 18 attack though, so that's that's like 16.5 on average, which is okay. 20% armor, so she's not like she doesn't have like nothingness. Fast speed, not specified, so I would assume something like Ignis levels of speed, because he is pretty fast. And 0.3 seconds attack rate. No respawn rate though, which kind of, I don't know what's up with that, but okay. I would assume she has a pretty short respawn rate due to her low durability, maybe like 15 seconds, something like that. So as far as her durability goes, that's kind of meh. Like, she has only 237.5 efficient HP, which is pretty low. I mean, Nivus from Kingdom Rush Frontiers has more durability than that. Freaking Illyria has more durability, even Mirage. So yeah, she's definitely not gonna be very good on the tanking department. However, due to her super fast attack rate, that's a total of 55 DPS, and 55 DPS is not bad at all. In fact, that's pretty darn high. I mean, compare that to Azra, compare that to other heroes, that's not bad at all. Pretty decent DPS for that. I don't know, maybe because of her high damage, that's why she is kind of not durable. But I can see that. She's kind of like Azra, but much squishier. You definitely don't want to keep her in melee unless you absolutely need to. For the most part, just keep her out, keep her behind your units, and she will do a great job. Now let's move on to the abilities. Let's see what we have here. Triple hit. Hits 3 times to an enemy, dealing 30, 90, and then 270 total damage every 14 seconds. Okay. Now, hits can mean anything. Does that mean that she has to be in melee or in range, or use her ranged attacks in order to perform this ability? I would assume it's something like Azra, where whenever she uses her Spider Bite, you need to put her in melee combat. I would assume that's the same. That applies for the triple hit, and 270 damage is surprisingly not that bad. Like, I would assume it is physical because it doesn't specify the type of damage. So normally I would go for physical, and I would assume that's the way it is. So okay, that's a good ability, I would say. You know, a little bit risky, yeah, but that kind of tries to go for the hit and run tactic, where you run into an enemy, use a skill, and then just run away. That's pretty much the skill, triple hit. Pretty decent one. 270 damage is a pretty big jump from 90 though, but okay, I'm not gonna judge that. Red smoke. Janice will shoot a red smoke at someone, they will get a 1, 2, and then 3% to miss their shot. Range will not be affected, cooldown 9 seconds. Yeah, this thing. Well, usually I hate to criticize heroes, but I have to, because this ability is pretty bad. Like, alright, let's think about it. First things first, she is a ranged hero. She has by far one of the lowest durability out of any hero. And on top of that, she's not meant to be like fighting enemies up close. The only time you want it is for the triple hit and nothing else. And giving an only 3% chance to miss, that's pretty much nothing, man. Like, even the Rotten Forest gives 10% chance to miss. When an enemy is in range with the Rotten Forest with the missed ability, they basically have 10% chance to miss their attacks, and I still don't notice it. And 3% is just no. Even though the cooldown is very short, like 9 seconds, you think that's gonna be good, but like, think about it, man. Think about it. You're not gonna get a lot of efficiency. Like, for 45 seconds, you're gonna use this ability 3 times. Sorry, 5 times, my bad. Can't do math today. And that's not gonna be the equivalent of 15% chance to miss an attack. And if you're taking 35 seconds to kill an enemy, then you're doing something wrong. And the range will not be affected, so I would assume that it doesn't work on ranged attacks. So that even further restricts the, the capability of this skill. So yeah, Red Smoke, in my opinion, pretty bad ability, definitely needs some buffs, or even a complete another rework in order to be useful. I don't know, man, I'm just kinda disappointed out of this, I'm not gonna lie. Alright, now let's take a look at the other one, Skull Smoke. Janice will shoot a skull-shaped smoke dealing 5, 6, and then 7 attack. Attack, alright, per 0.1 seconds. God damn. If the enemy is at the smoke will last for 2, 3, and then 4 seconds, cooldown of 11 seconds. So that's actually much better. Like, Red Smoke was a pretty disappointing ability to me, but this is actually pretty darn decent. Now, again, it doesn't specify the damage type, so I would assume that it is physical damage. So far, we haven't seen any true damage out of this hero, which, you know, it's not a problem, but I don't know, I just find it weird. So, if you think about it, that's 70 damage per second, if we're talking about the max level of the Skull Smoke. And for 4 seconds, that's 280 physical damage every 11 seconds. That is pretty strong. Now, the skull-shaped smoke, I would assume that it's some sort of AoE, like a moderately sized area damage, something like Margosa's Mist of Despair ability, something like that, but with range. That would be pretty interesting. And if you think about it, the average DPS out of this thing is not bad. It's, let me just check again, 25.4 average damage per second, which is pretty darn good. Like, I really like the Skull Smoke. I would say it is a pretty nice ability. Just tossing bombs every now and then, doing some decent physical damage. I mean, yeah, against armored enemies, it's probably not gonna do much, but hey, against unarmored enemies or enemies that have magic resistance, this will be pretty deadly ability. Pretty good one, I would say. Stun Smoke. Janice will shoot a stunning. Janice will shoot a stunning every enemies in the smoke as long as. And all right, I need to read this ability. This is gonna be kind of hard to understand. Janice will shoot a stunning enemy. Will shoot a stunning every enemies in the smoke as long as the enemies is at the smoke. The smoke will last for 1.5, 2.5, and then 3.5 seconds. Cooldown 14 seconds. I suppose that he's meant to say stunning smoke. Stunning smoke. All right. I would assume it's some sort of like another AoE, but instead of doing damage like the Skull Smoke, it's gonna stun enemies for 3.5 seconds, and that's okay. You know, it kind of reminds me of the flashback ability from Tramen, but the cooldown here is much shorter. I think Tramen's cooldown for the flashbang was 20 seconds, so that's a pretty effective stunning ability. If you manage to combine it with the Skull Smoke, you can get almost the maximum amount of damage every time, which is pretty good. Now, I'm not quite sure what the order of abilities is, but I would assume the Skull Smoke will go before the Stun Smoke. If the AI is stupid. But if it's smart, it will use the Stun Smoke and then the Skull Smoke. So that way you can maximize the damage out of it. Pretty interesting. A little bit hard to understand at the beginning, but, you know, at least I was able to get the point. And now we have the passive ability, which, you know, as most people call it, the innate ability, for at least for Heroes in Vengeance. We have the invisibility potion. If Janice have not fight for more than 1 second, she will be invisible until she attacks someone. She will be invisible for range enemies, meaning the range enemies will not attack Janice when she is invisible, but when anyone gets close to Janice range, she will attack, and if she is invisible and attacks, she will deal 41 to 89 true damage, but she will not be visible. She will not be invisible anymore. Interesting. All right. So if she doesn't engage with enemies, she becomes invisible, just like the assassins from Kingdom Rush Frontiers. That's a pretty interesting one. And there's also the trade-off. You can stay invisible and move around the map, do whatever you want, and then after you find a good target, you can just. Oh, now I start to understand the point. She's something like a hit and run type of hero. You know, you try to, I mean, sure, she can be like Azra and just stay behind your units and do a lot of damage, but you can also just move around the map constantly. You know, just become invisible, do a good amount of true damage to an enemy, run away, get invisible again, and keep repeating the process. I can see this combination being useful with Dark Knights. Just get a tier 4 Dark Knight with the impervious ability, stalling a pretty big enemy. You can just move in and out of range and do a bunch of true damage to him. And then, of course, just bombard him with all sorts of smoke bombs, which is pretty interesting. Like, the playstyle of this hero so far is very interesting. Pretty good passive ability, I would say. Very unique. I mean, sure, we've seen the invisibility aspect before, but we haven't seen the, the damage boost for being invisible. So yeah, that's pretty good. And that's gonna be very helpful for her, mostly because of her very low durability. Because, yeah, okay. Yeah, this ability is good, alright. That's all I have to say. Pretty interesting passive ability, nothing bad. Nothing bad about it. Oops, let's not spoil that. First of all, we have the active or ultimate ability, whatever. I don't care, you can call it ultimate or active ability, whatever. I tend to call it special ability sometimes, whatever. Gold Rush. Janice will do... Oh, freaking Steam. You probably don't see it, guys, but a Steam icon and the pop... well, a Steam notification popped up. You're probably not gonna see it because of my camera, but whatever. Anyway, Gold Rush. Janice will do small jobs to give you 10, 20, and then 30 gold. Cooldown 21, 19, and then 17 seconds. What? What do you mean by small jobs? That's kind of interesting. 20 to 30 gold. Let me just skip down a little bit. Oh no, there's nothing more about the hero. Okay. So we have 30 gold every 17 seconds. That's pretty broken in my opinion. Like, if you manage to stall out a wave, let's say, you don't really need to call waves early with Janice. You can just... Wow. Like, you know how Prince Dinas can generate you extra gold at the end of each at the end of each wave? Well, she can do it pretty much in the middle of the wave. Like, usually, a length of a level is like, in Vengeance at least. In Vengeance, usually a level is... You're rarely gonna find a level where it's under 20 minutes. So, yeah, you're gonna generate a lot of money with Janice. That's pretty darn broken in my opinion. Like, imagine how much money you'll be able to generate. And usually the waves in Vengeance take an eternity to call anyway, so... Yeah, that's definitely makes up for all the bad things, like red smoke, low durability, you know, like the red smoke so far is the only underwhelming ability, but this is definitely the best one. I thought that the combination of ghost smoke and stun smoke will be nice, but this is so much good, man. Imagine how useful this hero is going to be on gold challenges. She'll definitely be the best option, and she'll probably be banned due to the fact that she can generate like 30 gold every 17 seconds. That is pretty darn good. So that's, I think, everything about the hero. But before we start, giving the final conclusion, let's see what do we have here. Ooh, hello, sir. Janice hero concept image. Ooh, that's pretty good. So that's how she's supposed to look like. Damn, she looks pretty decent. Even, I mean, I don't know. Like the hairstyle is okay. She has a bow, arrows, alright. So she kind of reminds me of Illyria in a way for some reason. Like Illyria but twisted. Pretty interesting. I don't know what's up with that. Are those supposed to be the ears? I suppose. I suppose those are her ears. Pretty good. I don't know. Comment down below what you think about this drawing. And here we also have the credits. Chunky Rush, who make the docs, okay. Lightning Ruin, who give tips, and a Primal IQN for the image. Alright, so there's 3 people who are responsible for this. That's a pretty nice group effort. Special thanks to King Rexy. Thank you, man. I made this hero for fun, and I think this hero concept is pretty good. Hopefully you get a 10k subs soon, Chunky Rush. Well, I don't know about the 10k subs, considering my grow rate. I highly doubt that I'll ever reach 10k. But even if I do, I'll not change, man. This is my channel, you're my people, I have my homies, and the subscriber number is just a number. It doesn't mean anything to me. Ooh, so this hero design was pretty darn interesting, guys. I would say this hero is unique. Definitely one of the more interesting heroes, but I think she will be, even though she may not seem good at first glance due to her low durability and I don't know. I just think this hero is great when you think about it. Like 55 DPS with a decent range, and having the only ability that I kind of dislike, as I said before, is the red smoke, because it's kind of hard to use, and for the most part, like, you're never gonna take like 1 minute flat to kill an enemy. Like, usually that doesn't happen. And if you have like premium towers like Blazing Gem, what's the point of stalling an enemy when the Blazing Gem is gonna melt him? The triple hit is nice. It's a pretty nice way to indicate her as being a very active or micro-engaged hero. On top of that, you also have the invisibility potion, which makes her perform a single hit, dealing quite a bit of true damage and being invisible to enemies, which is pretty darn nice. I can see that being useful if you use like the triple hit. I don't know, like if I have to create the order of abilities, I would say whenever you want to use the triple hit, she will firstly perform this attack and then the triple hit, just so you don't waste the true damage. Then I would assume she will do the red smoke to reduce an enemy's attack, then the stun smoke, and then the skull smoke. I don't know. I think that would be good. And then the gold rush is just disgustingly good. Like I know it's a interesting conception of words, like disgusting and good. Usually they don't go together, but this ability is great. So yeah, this hero design is pretty darn good. Now let's get back to the picture, just so you can get a better imagination as to get a better understanding of how she's gonna look like. I would say this hero is pretty solid. I'll give her 8.5 out of 10. Pretty decent, interesting, micro-engaged, a bit questionable ability usage, but for the most part I would say she kind of has the skills to make up for her very low durability. She has a way to hide herself from enemies, which is pretty darn good. You can move her around everywhere, do a bunch of true damage. If you're like, I think this hero will be skill based. If you similar to it will be something like Durax, but to a lesser degree. Like if you suck at micro, this hero is gonna be the worst option for you. But if you're good with micro, like people like me, the War Champion, Coziness, the Real Morgan, you're probably gonna love this hero. I know I will. So that's all I have to say. Chunky Rush, you did a pretty good job. Well done. And Lightning Run and Primal IQN, you did pretty well. Was pretty good as well. And so guys, that's gonna do it for today. But before I go, I wanted to make a couple announcements real quick. Well, by the time this video comes up, it should be coming up on Sunday, I think. Yeah, on Sunday. On Monday, my university is officially starting. We'll have a ceremony of the opening of the university, which is gonna be pretty darn cool. And after it starts, I may or may not slow down the uploads on my channel, due to the fact that, I will have studies, I'll have something important to do. Not that I'm saying that this channel is not important to me, but, real life is kind of more important, unfortunately. So I may or may not end up reworking the schedule, or maybe just getting rid of one series completely. So yeah, I'll make a separate video on this part, but I just wanted to let you know that there are gonna be some changes to the channel pretty darn soon. And now we have some good news. I expect the new YouTuber to show up anytime soon. Now he's still gonna be new, so don't expect him to be like automatically popping up into your recommendations. But we're gonna have a new fella coming up to the YouTube grounds, and I've sent him by far the longest hero design that I've ever had. I'm not gonna specify the game or what type of hero it's going to be, but let's just say that I'm gonna give you a good concept of how long it is. Imagine 50 plus pages. That's how long it is. Over 50 pages, man. I can't believe I actually wrote down this hero idea. It's probably gonna be kind of a pain for him to read, but, I love myself some good stories, and I think this one was the best. Like, I had to separate the story in 6 separate acts. That's how long it is. And I usually hate separating the story, but that's how I had to do it. Whew. Alright, guys. Well, with that out of the way, that's gonna do it for the video. Thank you everybody so much for watching. I appreciate you for sticking around to the end. Subscribe if you want to see more of this content in the future. And while you're at it, drop a like on the video. It means a lot to me. And I will see you in the next video. Until it comes, that was King Rexy. Over and out.